Well, hello. This is a little impromptu live stream here just to chat a little bit and trying out my new camera, which I have up here. And I have it on manual focus. So there's no automatic focus, but it's looking pretty good. Um, and of course, the next time I go online to play music will be Sunday. And that's the 17th, Sunday the 17th of May at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So, um, but I got this new camera, Sony A5100, and it looks pretty good. But if you compare this to my webcam, the webcam actually looks pretty good. See, that's a pretty good looking webcam. Although the Sony has a little bit better resolution. I have it at a very high ISO right now. So I'm just kind of testing that out, and I don't know if anybody realistically is going to come on to watch or listen while I'm on. It's hard to tell. How can I tell if anybody's watching? I don't know. I think there's a number up there. So this is just kind of a freewheeling little session. I've got a bunch of things on my mind. I'm going to continue with my live piano bar sessions on Sundays and Wednesdays, and that's at 7 p.m. Eastern. I do the virtual piano bar, and that's been fun. It kind of varies. Sometimes we have a big crowd, and sometimes it's a low-key crowd, and I just kind of go with it. I very seldom plan any of the songs I'm going to do. Let's see. I guess I've got the audio correct. Okay. See, when I'm not playing the piano, I can kind of test out everything and just see how things look and make sure everything's on even keel here. But the new camera here, the Sony A5100, I just love it. And it's going to be even better when I get a new lens next week. And from what I've been told, that lens is going to make a huge difference in the visual. As long as I, can keep playing piano without making too many mistakes, I'll try to keep in practice. And I don't know how long this live streaming thing is going to last. A lot of musicians are live streaming. I mean, a lot of famous musicians are live streaming. The whole gamut of musicians are live streaming. Some of them I've heard have been, doing very well, making up for the money they've lost not playing any gigs. It's a huge deal. So for me, I enjoy it. I just enjoy the geeky technical stuff, and I like getting on the air. And I have this chat app that I actually paid more than I normally would pay for something. But I have this chat app right next to the window on my website where people can chat and say hello and type in their names. Of course, you can always chat on the Facebook app too. But if you're watching on YouTube, I don't know. It's just an extra chat app that helps keep things moving, keep things interesting. So I'm testing out a lot of stuff like that. Then I have a question about continuing to do these live stream things, and maybe for a lot of other musicians too. What about the copyright issues? See, when musicians play in a nightclub or a restaurant, the restaurant or the nightclub is paying ASCAP and BMI a whole bunch of money every year to have the rights so that their performers can play the songs in the restaurant. And not only the performers who perform live in the restaurant, but any kind of background music where you're playing CDs, or I don't know if people play CDs anymore, audio files. Suppose it's a restaurant that likes Bill Evans. They're playing Bill Evans all night, which is very conducive to dining music, and it's very rich, very nice listening music for dining, and it's also extremely good jazz playing with excellent voicings and things like that. The restaurant's paying a lot of money just to have the rights to play these recordings, and to have, they pay extra if there's live music. They have to fill out a form. So, do you have live music? Okay, we charge you extra for that. So, but when musicians are streaming on the internet, I don't know. It's very few people really understand these copyright laws, and I just wonder if that's going to be I don't want to project a problem, but I just wonder if that's going to be an issue coming into the future. So, but for right now, it's fun. I think there's other avenues you can pursue on the internet as a musician, or non-live gigs to pursue. Actually, streaming on the internet is a live gig, but other ways to utilize the internet for bringing music to people, recorded music, live music, music lessons, music expertise, music seminars, things like that. So I'm looking into all that, and I've never been so busy just learning about these things. So that's about all. I wanted to check out, see if this camera is keeping its, I think the focus is pretty good. It's manual focus. And how does it compare to this is just my webcam. See, the webcam's pretty good. It's really hard to beat that. This might, I think when I get the new lens, it's going to blow everything away, and it's going to be very, very nice. So anyway, I wish I had some more words of wisdom. In the meantime, a musician in these times, after you lose all your gigs, it's kind of shocking. I usually go to Michigan in the summer. That's been my pattern. I have like a routine where I play music in Sedona, Arizona for 7 months a year. Then for several months a year, I go to Michigan, when usually there's a lot of activity for musicians in the summertime, June, July, August, even September. And this summer is kind of an unknown. I hear some of the resorts are opening in June. We don't know if that's going to mean that musicians are going to be hired or not. So I guess we'll find out. So I'm just going to potchkey around here and see if I can see if everything's working. It seems to be. I don't even know if anybody's watching. I don't think so. Maybe there might. Looks like it's hard for me to tell, actually. So here we go. I'm going to just don't mind me while I do some of these tests here. And if I go to, let's see what happens if I go to YouTube on a incognito. How about that? And then just checking this out. Yeah, it looks like I'm live on my YouTube channel. That's good. That's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, checking this out. Yeah, it looks like I'm live on my YouTube channel. That's good. That's the way it's supposed to be. The picture looks pretty good, but it's a little dark. I don't really know what that means. Oh, Kathy, how are you? I had a feeling that somebody was watching. Nice to see you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the Thursday chanting was very nice. That chant really does something to me, that Sri Yukteswar chant of desire, my great enemy. And the sound was good, very good. And you're doing well? Good. Good. I'm sorry I can't make it Saturday. I don't know what it is, why there's such a why that came up. They could have picked any other hour of the week. It's not like I'm super busy. I am busy, but I am flexible too. So anyway, I hope you have a nice Saturday session. And I don't know, do you want to do? We could possibly do a Zoom session after the chanting if you want to. You don't have to decide now, but you can think about it. And I hope to be able to come to some of your future sessions, your Saturday sessions. That was very nice last time. Thank you. Thank you for the. Thank you for that. I'm going to need that. You know, I'm leaving for Michigan on June 5th. So, and Will and Wendy will be where? We'll be there. We'll be here, meaning by you. Oh, fantastic. So you're close friends with them and you visit each other? That's wonderful. So I've got my new mic and I've got my new camera. And next week I'm getting a new lens. It's just really exciting. I mean, oh, they will chant with you tomorrow. Oh, fantastic. Oh, great. Will that be, yeah, they'll be online, of course, on your chanting. Well, tell them, say hello for me. I'm thinking about them. And that's tomorrow, Saturday. Sometimes it's hard for me to know what day of the week it is even. But I'm just kind of rambling here, mainly trying out my new camera. And it has a good image quality, I think. It looks a little bit grainy. That's because I have the ISO set so high. I do have a light over here, this side. And that's right. The week really flies by. Tomorrow I have that meeting in the morning, and then we do a street concert where, you know, the minimum number of people come and we sit far apart, and the people listen from their porches or open their windows here in Sedona. And oh, good. That's good to hear. Thank you, Kathy. I always appreciate your feedback. A lot of people are shy to say anything, but I appreciate it. So that's right. I won't be having the chant session until next Thursday. Okay, I have to get my head on straight here. You will have your session tomorrow. That's excellent. So I was just kind of rambling here about my yeah, well, you know, that puts a little bug in my ear, Kathy, about the videos of the street concert. That's tomorrow at 6 o'clock Arizona time, which of course will be 3 hours later. I'm thinking about just setting up my cell phone and do a simple stream just from the street and maybe streaming that concert. It's a very informal concert. It's very, you know, seat of the pants, but people might enjoy seeing it. And I work this guitar player who called me to do the play of the concert does original songs, which a lot of them I don't know. So I listened to it one time through and I try to do the best I can. And I think people like to see you sweat, see a challenge, watch the musicians go through this process where you're trying to, you know, keep up with each other. So, and it's just, it's a very nice atmosphere. And the weather here in Arizona has just been spectacular lately. I went for a hike today that was sort of mind-blowing. So I think I will plan to do that stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. Arizona time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It'll still be light in Arizona. We'll still have plenty of sunlight. So if you're watching on the East Coast and it's dark, you'll be able to see what it looks like in the daylight here in Arizona. So good for the brain. What's good for Oh yeah, good for my brain to play songs that I don't know yet, right? When the panic sets in, that I go, I have to try to play as many right notes as I can. There's another guy in town in Sedona, Bill Barnes, who's an excellent musician. And I'm more of a jazz musician, but he's definitely in the niche of classic rock. He knows every classic rock tune, Eric Clapton, Bob Dylan, Beatles and stuff like that. And well, thanks. Yeah, you have to have an ear. I got that from my dad. My dad would be able to listen to a song on the radio, and he would go right to the piano and play it. He'd never heard it before. So I said, well, if he can do it, I can do it. So I can do it to some degree. But anyway, Bill Barnes is this other performer here in Sedona. So he calls me to play at his gigs once in a while, and just as spur of the moment, and we just share the pay. Somehow the pay isn't as important. It's just us getting together and having fun. And it's usually an outdoor gig. And he goes through these classic rock songs. Some of them I've heard, some of them I haven't heard, and some of them are his originals. And it's just it's a great, like you say, a good exercise for your brain. And then also it helps when you exercise your brain that way, when it comes to actually arranging a song, purposefully, you have that improvisational abandoned skill to just kind of say, okay, what can we do here? We'll just let anything goes. You're able to let go of your ego, I guess, and try stuff. The chords and melody. Well, when I'm playing piano behind a singer or performer that I don't know very well, I'm just pretty much playing chords. They're singing the melody, and then I might take a little solo on the chord pattern or something like that. It depends. So, another thing, Kathy, you might be interested in is I just finished editing the Sunday service for Song of the Morning, and Sam Gabby is the service reader. And I wrote down the topic. Where did I put the topic? I can't find it right now. Oh, remembrance, the dream fabric of life. How about that? The dream fabric of life is the topic of the Sunday talk for Song of the Morning. And that'll be streamed live on the it'll be on the Song of the Morning community website. It'll be on the Clear Light Community Facebook page, and it will also be on Whispers of Ohm, which is a private group Facebook page. And it will also be on Whispers of Ohm YouTube channel. That's probably where the best for most people. So go to YouTube and search Whispers of Ohm, O-M, and you can watch the Sunday service that I've just been watching it several times today while I did the editing. Oh, thank you. You're so kind, Kathy. Thank you so much. Then I do my jazz. It'll be on this Facebook page, or if you're on YouTube, I'm broadcasting simultaneously right now. So yeah, Whispers of Ohm will be the Sunday service tomorrow from the yoga retreat. And I'll be doing my church gig at the Episcopal Church here in Sedona. So I won't really have a chance to watch it. Well, I have watched it already because I did the editing. So, and then I come home and do my jazz virtual piano bar session at that'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Sunday. So thank you for listening to my blah, blah, blah here. And we'll see you next time on this channel, 7 p.m. Eastern, virtual piano bar. I'm going to be doing jazz and blues, American Songbook classic songs, some requests, some maybe a couple originals, and I'll hope to see you then. So thank you. Yeah, it's a full day. Busy times these times. I have never been so I say this over and over again, and you've heard this before, I'm sure, but I've never been so busy, and I've never been so happy. I wake up every morning just happy to have these new opportunities and all the new things that are going on, and yeah, a lot less money, but happy. So thank you, Kathy. We'll see you next time, and say hi to Will and Wendy. Bye bye.